Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, dildos!
Alright, so let's pretend like we didn't just have to redo that entire dildo because I didn't record. Because this is a professional podcast.
Are you high right now?
I mean, like, sort of.
Oh yeah, hey, that reminds me.
What?
When you come visit us,
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically legal in California, but hard to buy.
Uh-huh.
Nevada, it's now
Legal.
completely legal.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And you
Yep.
can buy it. So
There's
we
a-
can
You
drive
don't need
to
a medical
Nevada.
card or anything?
No,
You don't need
no.
anything. You just go and you buy it, as far as I
Supposedly
understand.
there's a huge line when, like, yesterday or the
Yeah.
day before yesterday when they first announced that it's going to be legal. A lot of people drove to Nevada.
Yeah, chalk that up in the book for a day.
Yeah. Now the real question is, how do you get it back to Ohio?
Oh.
So hard.
I can
Somebody's shoving some stuff up their butthole.
I can get weed in Ohio. I don't need to transport it.
I
A
don't know.
lot
Do
of
you
people
think?
mail it to like a P.O. box.
Oh. I would not do that because I think there's going to be some
They have random
legal
drug sniffers.
repercussions. Yeah, if you get caught.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I would
And
take
through
that
the
risk.
mail. Oof. And now that we have it recorded, oof.
Yep.
Premeditated right there.
We definitely have some FBI or something listening to this podcast, and we get like
That's probably why it's up to 80. Like,
Fucking
40
good.
of those are FBI agents being like, did they just live stream about a terrorist shooting? What kind of people do that? We need to
this
check
real
these
life?
people.
Are these people just talking about drug smuggling? Like, these are the worst criminals ever.
You know what? I think when we were drawing, like, this man has a small penis on the forehead when we were live streaming.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm pretty sure that's a secret code.
Dude, how funny would it be if that became like our number one like listeners? Like that became our audience, was actual FBI and CIA listeners. Like they started because of like the hashtags and all the keywords, but then they like actually started enjoying it and they started telling each other about it, and now we have this huge audience of FBI and CIA people.
You know what?
That'd be
I'd enjoy that
hilarious.
audience. I feel like we'd be more influential than if we got like 10,000 completely random people that actually people with jobs in the government were listening. That's why we need to actually go even more hardcore into shootings and civil war and
We
like,
already got our
overthrow the government.
Hashtag that's how I lost my
I don't
job.
think necrophilia is getting us there.
Should
The
I-
CIA and the FBI listen to that and they're like, that's not our problem. Screw all the corpses you want.
Yeah, they don't. It's all about that terrorism and treason. You can screw all the dead bodies.
Dude.
But if you smuggle a dead body over any borders, you probably are in some trouble.
I know how we make it the FBI's problem. We're going to go to Arlington Cemetery and dig up some presidents.
Jesus.
That'll get the Secret Service at least, right?
How far would we actually get if you went to Arlington Cemetery? Like, do you get like one spade into dirt and all of a sudden you're surrounded? Like, do you get like a couple good ones in before somebody calls it in?
I mean, how close do they really guard it? It's still just a graveyard, right?
Is that
Yeah.
even where the person's actually buried too?
Yeah, I gotta assume if you start digging at a president's grave, they're gonna be like, hey, what you doing?
I'm digging, dude!
You know, just thought I'd see what I found. Especially if you have a can of lube in one hand. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to investigate here.
I'm trying to get night crawlers.
just seemed like the spot.
I wanted them Kennedy night crawlers, man.
Fish love them.
They're top notch. All the people are using them. What if you put
So
out,
I think we've reached a new low.
What if you put out Kennedy's flame?
Just go and take a leak on it?
Yeah, if you just go there with a fucking bucket of water and just dump it. Is that
Just
like
a total
desecration?
dick. I don't know, you're getting charged with something.
Looks like the flame's not eternal, just like Kennedy.
I think they probably even went very far to create some sort of thing for you. You know?
Yeah, they'll get something loitering or something ridiculous, whatever.
Just like the senator who wanted the land, but like now we decide to mark that land as Turtle
What?
Place.
Turtle place.
What are you talking about? Where's Turtle Place?
No, you just go, that's a turtle place. I'm the senator, and I here declare this turtle place.
I like turtles.
To provide this as a protection for the
endangered species
of turtle.
To prevent any competition from, like, building stuff. Like, that person has a business, and they bought this land to build something that will compete with one of my contributors. So I'm going to say, there's an endangered species here.
Sorry, this is
You
Turtle
can't
Place.
build your business here. Yeah, there are some rare breed of turtles here.
Is it actually a turtle or tortoise?
Yes.
Because tortoises are actually, I know, kind of rare. I don't know of any endangered turtles.
This isn't a real example. This is hypothetical.
Oh, I thought she was talking about real shit.
No,
Well, they've done stuff like this. I don't know about turtles.
But
they'll say there's an endangered species here.
No,
To
I
prevent
thought it's
competition
really
from coming
a turtle.
Yeah.
It's a real turtle
And that's the problem.
species
We've been
that's
through
in
this.
danger.
We talked about
Yeah.
we shouldn't try and control endangered species because that's kind of a part of evolution now. If you're not cute, you're fucked.
You should be like, well, I hope those turtles fucking love McDonald's because we're plopping one down.
They better get used to some fucking French fries.
It doesn't matter. Even if they like McDonald's, they couldn't even fucking pay for it, man. What do you expect a turtle walk up to the drive-thru and pull out some cash out of his shell and it's like, I want a Big Mac, please?
No, but I feel like that should be part of the deal is like, okay, rare turtles live here, but we will provide free French fries to any turtle that walks around. Just sit there, hold out your French
no
fries.
turtle walk up to a young turtle like, man, those McDonald's, they got it cheap. They used to give us fresh fries. Now it's like a day-old fry they're throwing at us.
Yeah, they're watering down those French fries. This deal was bullshit from the beginning.
You know what? I kind of feel like a turtle would actually like chili more than fries.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
Turtle's diet.
I don't know why, but for some reason when I picture a turtle eating, I don't picture French fries. I picture them just enjoying a soup of chili at Wendy's. So I think they'll do the deal for chili.
You know, my childhood has taught me that they mostly like pizza. Pizza while saying, cowabunga, man.
So if like a fucking Domino's wanted to come in, they'd be like, hell yeah, we get some of that slice.
I think various turtle regions are competing for Domino's.
No, you're thinking about New York turtles. Man, are some country turtles, man.
Country turtles like different stuff.
Yeah.
Country turtles like different stuff? Is that what I don't feel like turtles like Taco Bell. They're definitely a pizza or
Turtles
burger
don't-
kind of place.
Well, no, turtles kind of seem like stoners to me. They're so slow, basically pretty chill.
How
You
dare
know?
you.
You got a good point, but
Assume
something
turtle
about
as a
the
stoner.
taco and a turtle just doesn't make sense in my brain. Like, can you picture the turtle eating the taco?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I just can't see it.
I can
pick it
picture
up.
a turtle with a joint in his mouth, and then right after going to taco.
You know what it
eating
is?
taco.
I'm picturing the Ninja Turtles. They have that like 3-digit thing going on. And I feel like that's just not very good for holding a taco together when you eat it. You know, you always have one side like nice and covered with your hand because you got 4 digits on one side. Then you got the thumb. Turtle can't eat no taco, man. This is just facts.
That's just science. I think I'm going to write a paper on this.
It's a local opinion.
turtles die in case their habitat is ruined by an incoming restaurant. What diet would they prefer? Thesis statement.
It's very well written, too.
Oh, I forgot the sciencey words in between. Standard
Therefore.
deviations of diets within the turtle community.
Controlled group.
So it's like control group and double blind.
You might get published. No, seriously. There's like somebody wrote a scientific paper generator.
Yeah, that was Carnegie Mellon.
Like they
Like it just generates the titles?
not titles. It generates the whole paper. Like just a bunch of
What?
sciencey words, a bunch of real math that actually makes sense, but like
Doesn't
doesn't
sense
tie
in
back
context.
to anything. Yeah, it doesn't actually make sense in any context.
Uh-huh.
And then people submitted these to actually prestigious. That's the thing.
No,
Prestigious
not
journals.
prestigious.
No, they got like
Which one?
IEEE, I thought.
No.
I'm looking. Paper generator accepted into journal, and then they got accepted into a good one.
Oh, you know what? I think this is more proof that the Earth is flat. The science it's all made up math.
Okay, it's MIT.
The MIT 's who
MIT
wrote
accepted
the-
it? Oh my
no,
god.
No. This is who wrote the paper generator.
Okay. That's a genius project, by the way.
Yeah, machine learning.
Now you gotta find the word accepted to see where they were accepted.
Oh my god, that'd be so fun. That's so funny.
Yeah, maybe it's not into a...
Prestigious.
Accepted by a journal of postmodern cultural studies.
That doesn't
They
sound...
No. It's to Pulitz sponsorship.
In WMSC, yeah. What is that?
Hold on.
thing? Postmodern culture study. What that even means?
It's the study of cultures after modern times. Nothing? You can't find anything?
I mean, I'm finding where...
Nick is Googling hard.
Yeah, you gotta find exactly...
This is
Prominent
kind of
results.
the issues with the scientific method, right? You actually need peer reviewed. And
Yeah.
the peers actually have to review it.
It doesn't look like anywhere prestigious has accepted it
Oh,
that I can
man.
find.
I didn't want to lose too much faith in humanity.
Journal. Go up.
Uh-huh.
Journals.
You know, when I'm taking notes on this fucking episode, I have to write turtles and their diet, pizza or tacos. It's such a ridiculous notation for me.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anywhere terribly prestigious that I can see. But it has been accepted into journals.
That's funny. I mean, just being accepted is funny enough. If it was something prestigious, that would be outrageous.
None of those non-prestigious conference and journal are paid to publish.
Yeah, you could wipe your ass with paper and send it in, and they'd be like, yeah,
It's artwork.
way to go. And then you can put it on your resume, and most people won't be able to tell the difference.
It's beautiful. Oh my god, we were having a whole discussion about artwork. I forget who I was having this discussion about. We were trying to define art. Man, who was I having this discussion with?
I couldn't define art.
Yeah, how would you define art?
Some artists
Oh, I
might
remember
fart
that
it.
discussion.
How would I define art?
Yeah, how would you define it?
Something that gets you
Something.
to think,
Think.
compels you to think about something, maybe.
See, my definition was just anything that at least two or more people accept as art.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does, because it's so hard to make a real definition. So as long as two people say this is art, it's art. Doesn't mean
Two
it's good
people?
art. Yeah. Because if one person says it, it doesn't matter.
So, okay, well, it doesn't matter if it's good art. So there's the real distinguish. What
Yes.
distinguishes
It doesn't
good
matter
art
if it's
from bad
good
art?
No, this defeats the purpose
See,
of
that's
definition.
really hard to say, because good art to
There's no
some people is
consensus.
like...
You can define anything. I can define this keyboard as banana.
You're cutting
Yeah.
out, Zach. I can hear you.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah. What'd you say?
Well, she's saying you could define anything as art, but like pretty much anything could be defined as art. Like even like a basic pencil could be artistic to some people.
So no.
Like
So the good and bad.
No.
Go ahead.
My argument is that if only one person defines something, it can be argued like it's not the definition, the concept definition that you want, right?
Yeah.
Basically, I can define this table as apple. Because who cares? Only I define it, right?
Yes, you need at least two people.
Yeah, you can't communicate with other people.
Right.
But my point is
to construct some sort of common
yeah,
sense.
with two people that define it as art, you can't really distinguish good and bad. With my definition of something that compels you to think, you can think of low art as being like either there's not a lot of thinking going on, or the people that do aren't real thinkers. You know?
Yeah.
Like you write a comic book that is lowbrow comic book, not like I know there are some higher brow comic books, but there are tons of lowbrow ones.
Yeah,
What's
of
a
course.
lowbrow mean?
Lowbrow, like not very smart,
Oh.
dumb, kind of
Oh.
like think
I
of
thought
Shakespeare as highbrow, and think of if you turn on NBC at 8 p.m. and watch whatever everybody else is watching, that's probably lowbrow.
Why is it called lowbrow and highbrow? What's that?
I don't know.
have to do
Just
with
I think
brows?
Neanderthals, like, didn't they have low brows, and people
and we're
think of them as
more
being,
intelligent because we have
dumb.
eyebrows. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So-
I've always used that definition as well. Something that evokes an emotion or some kind of intellectual thought. But there's a lot of things that you could use with the definition you have that you would never probably consider art. Like you said, something that makes you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, that's such a loose definition. Like, seeing a train go by could make me think.
No, okay,
Like-
created by a human with the intention of making you think. There you
Okay.
go. Trains weren't created with the intention of making you think.
So
They're created with the intention of getting you from point A to point B. But the way you made that, like, train look
I
might try to
agree
make
with
you
that.
think
Yeah, that
about
would be
things in
art.
a certain way.
Would you call a board game art then?
Yeah,
Like,
a
is
lot of them
chess
are.
a piece of art? I think it is.
Yeah,
but some people.
I think it
wouldn't.
gets you to think in a strategic way. Like I think it's actually not low art. I think chess is high art. Like I
agree, but I was just wondering.
I think I see the world in a different way. I can think of politics in terms of chess. Sometimes you think as you're thinking 10 moves ahead.
Exactly.
That to me is a serious indication that it's good high art, because you're you're mapping your worldview
you
to
constantly
this game.
reference it.
Exactly.
And just to be pedantic, because this always drives me nuts. What's your? Do you have a definition difference between a sport and a game?
Maybe a little.
I don't.
And what would your definition be?
I would say a sport involves athletic activity. Like,
Chess.
But darts is a sport.
I don't think it is. I think it's actually more of a game.
What about chess?
Although maybe there's a little bit of sport to it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of sport
There
to
is.
it, because you have to have your coordination.
Yeah, it requires some sort
That's
of
it.
dexterity. But there's dexterity games.
Then I think that should qualify as a sport.
I actually completely agree. I just think the dexterity games aren't popular enough to be called a sport, basically.
Yeah, because, so if you like it as a sport,
There's
you most-
type of sports that's in India, which I heard one of my friends was talking about it, which basically involves a small group of people who that's only popular around that region in India, which not a whole lot of people know that. How you play it is that you have two group of people, right? So one of the group will go up to basically trying to use his hand to touch one designated person on the another group, right?
Okay.
And then the surrounding of the other group was trying to prevent him from touching that. And once he touched it, he was trying to go back as fast as possible before those people can catch him.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just saying, like, your definition of popularity doesn't necessarily matter to...
I didn't say popularity. It's just what's a sport.
Yeah.
I don't care about... Popularity shouldn't define whether or not something's a sport or not.
We're saying that
popularity.
dexterity games are a sport. They're just not popular enough for people to bother to call them a sport because people don't have competitive...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's also the thing that makes a sport is competition, because there's board games where it's not technically...
Competition, yeah, you're kind of working together.
The most of the PC games or like even on the video games are actually sports because you are competing.
No.
There's no physical activity.
There's very little athleticism.
Almost none at all.
Although
there are video game sports now.
It's not a binary thing; it's a spectrum.
There we go.
Chess. Chess. Is it a game or is it a sport? It's actually a sport.
It identifies as a game.
But
how dare you? It's non-binary. How dare you?
You just said it was a spectrum.
Did you just assume it's fun-based identity?
Shut up.
That's true, though. People do call chess a sport sometimes.
I don't. It's a game. I think there's some conflation of the fact that sports are more serious.
Yes.
Generally, and chess is a serious game, and some people get confused and think, therefore, chess is a sport. It's really... Chess is still a game. It's just one of the most serious games. A game people take very seriously.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good definition. So we went from how we're going to drug smuggle to turtles eating pizza to what is art.
You don't know where we're going to go next on this course.
You never fucking know. You never fucking know.
Except somewhere.
CIA,
somewhere on this...
FBI, take note.
Somewhere on this long, winding road, we always end at necrophilia. It's somewhere on the route.
We fucking began with it. What are you talking about? It didn't take us but like 5 minutes, man.
Somehow we're going to dig up presidents and we're going to do something with them. You don't want to know.
Is there a burial site for George Washington? Like, do we know that site? Is that in Arlington?
Is
that would be...
is that not in the Washington Monument?
Is it?
I don't know. Thomas...
We've been there and we don't even know that.
Lincoln is buried at the Lincoln Memorial, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's like grade A necrophilia right there.
I feel like... I don't know.
Is George
I'm not sure if I'm committing treason, but it feels like I'm somehow disrespecting our country.
We're somehow crossing the roads of necrophilia and treason. We're intersecting the two.
Chloe, what would you feel like would happen to a Chinese person if they said on, like, a podcast or whatever that they were going to dig up old leaders and fuck them? I'm just curious as what are the legal ramifications in China?
Bye.
And I'm going to rape Mao Zedong's corpse.
Bye. I'm not going to see you again.
You disappeared?
Yeah, you disappeared. Like, never heard of you. Like, Nick, one Nick. I never heard of Nick. None of us know Nick.
But
Nick.
It won't be desecration because I'll use an American flag condom.
Wait, on Mao Zedong? I think he wouldn't like that.
You guys are gross.
On Lincoln, man, on Lincoln.
Oh, I'm sorry, that makes it so much better.
I'll call it the ejaculation proclamation.
Once again, I'm getting to the point where, do I want my name on this podcast? I'm not sure that I do. I just want a disclaimer at the very least that I am really drunk.
I'm only kind of high, so...
I'm pretty sure if either of us are ever accused of crime, Zach, they're going to go through this whole catalog and pull out a lot of choice quotes.
Oh, man.
They are depraved, and this is systematic. They have no chance of reform. Therefore, they deserve the maximum sentence.
No, I feel like we've gone to the level where, like, you can't call us depraved anymore because we're so outrageous at all times. on the Discourse. Like,
so it's just shock comedy.
yeah, exactly.
There you go.
When you
We're
get
shock
so
comics.
ridiculous, it doesn't
We
matter.
don't believe this stuff.
Yeah. Well,
I don't actually have a barrel of lube and a shovel.
Yeah, I oh my god, I got a great story.
Go on.
Comment.
Yes, this reminded me of the story. So, down on East Campus Boulevard, like right by where I live, some dude was broken down, and I went for a walk. I walked to like Starbucks to chill and do some writing. So I was walking back home, and they're doing construction, and this guy got swerved off the road, and where they're doing construction, his tire had happened to go off the curb and like down into where there's no sidewalk because they're rebuilding the sidewalk, so he was stuck because there's nothing to drive his tire off of. So some guy came and eventually helped us build a ramp and push the car off, but his tire was flat, so he had to pull in the parking lot. And then like I was talking with him, and the other dude that built the ramp was like, yeah, I'll be right back, I'll go get some stuff, because he was going to get him like a spare tire or something to fill up his tire with air or whatever. And I was walking, so I was like, dude, I just live like 10 minutes away. I can come pick you up or something and get you some Fix-A-Flat or whatever you need. So I walk home, I get in my car, and I drive there, and he's gone. And I was like, okay, either the other dude came and helped him and he left, or he thought we weren't fucking coming back, and so he went to the closest gas station. So I was like, I'll drive to the closest gas station and see if he's there still. I drive to the nearest gas station, and sure enough, he was there. So, we get him like a Fix-A-Flat and all that junk. He needs the jack from my car. So I get in the back of my car, and there's stuff in the way because it's under like you know how there's like the flap, and under the flap or whatever there's the spare tire, and then within the spare tire there's usually the jack. So I have to lift all that crap, but there's like I have Aflac stuff on top of all this, so I have to take all these bins, and he comes back, and I forget that like a year and a half ago when I moved, I've never taken it out of my trunk. It's still in my trunk just because I never bothered to. I have an axe and a saw, and I also have like the stuff that you use to cover boxes, so it kind of looks like stuff you could wrap a body in. Just chilling in the back as I'm removing this stuff. He had to see that I'm rolling with an axe, a saw, and something to wrap a dead body in. And I just had to I didn't even bother to acknowledge it, because it was like, how do you explain away an axe and a saw in the back of your truck?
You should have said, "Oh yeah, don't mind that. That's just my hitchhiker stuff."
I still haven't taken it out. I really should, because it is not something I want to have. Like, if a cop pulls me over and they're like, "Do you have any weapons on you?" Well, officer, kind of.
Define
tools?
weapon.
I have tools of murdering? But anyways, yeah, that was kind of an awkward moment when I had to show my trunk.
It's just what I took care of my ex with. Don't mind that.
I also had a briefcase back there, which kind of made me look like a professional murderer.
Is it black?
Yes, it is a black briefcase. Why does that matter?
I don't know.
Are only serial killers have black briefcases?
That's what they say in the movies.
It's just large enough to carry a few limbs.
Because you ate the rest.
Jesus.
Oh, God. That's too fucking funny. He was a cool dude, though. We ended up talking about, Rick and Morty and stuff. He was talking about how he meditates all the time. I was like, oh, yeah, I meditate, too. You must listen to Joe Rogan. And we got on the Joe Rogan rant.
Huh.
It was also really funny, because he was in a hurry, and, he's, dude, I gotta get this fixed, back when we were at the parking lot. And when we got to the gas station, he's like, dude, I gotta get this fixed, because I was about to go get laid. So, I was like, oh, shit, this is top priority. We gotta get this fixed, man. I gotta help you out.
Yeah.
But anyways, the summary is I basically roll like I'm a serial killer at all times.
Serial killers.
You know, if I actually did get pulled over and got my car checked, and they saw those back there, they would set them aside as okay, what is this guy up to? Because it's not...
No, it depends on how you present yourself. if you talk in a real southern accent, like you're a real hillbilly, they're like, oh, he's just a hillbilly that goes around fixing shit.
I thought you were going with like
normal.
a Deliverance joke there.
Yeah, no, if you sit there and you like stare at them and respond in really awkward sentences, they'll be like, serial killer for sure.
But isn't that the point? Like, a lot of serial killers are actually really smart people that don't come off as serial killers?
No, but, well, like the same
Bundy
way
or
that
whatever his name
Christian
was?
Bale in, American Psycho was. Like, he was smart, sure, but he was also weird as shit, because he can't internalize how other people think or view him. So he's like, I have to return videotapes.
Yeah, but people don't think he's
just
weird because
shit.
he looks good.
Yeah.
That's kind of like why he gets
I'm
away
just saying,
with being
if you
weird.
respond like Christian Bale, they're going to be like, that guy's probably a serial killer. But if you respond like Hillbilly, they're just going to think, yeah, he's just a hillbilly that fixes random things.
The problem is you say that, and now, like, what in my head, if I get pulled over, like, alright, I gotta act like a hillbilly if they're gonna check my car. Well, now, I'm just going down there to fix it. Now they're gonna be like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Okay, yeah, because you won't do it well, and they'll be like, I think he's just high. You'll be like on It's Always Sunny when he's like, they're trying to sell oil, so he's gonna dress like a Texas oil man.
Yeah.
I'll just head down yonder. Oh my god, that'd be so funny to just, every time you get pulled over, speak with a different accent. Just for shits and giggles. If I was good at accents, I'd totally do that.
You know, when you challenge it in court, whatever they pull you over with and charge you with, it'll at least make court a lot more fun.
Think, because if you contested the ticket, if the cop took notes on the ticket, it said, had a Spanish accent, blah, 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 and you go into court, and you're like, it says I had a Spanish accent, I definitely don't have that. I think this cop was on something.
Oh shit. We might have an out here. Just act as insane. Make the whole scenario as unbelievable as possible. So when they quote that in court, they'll be like, are you insane? What are you doing, drugs? Of course I don't speak like that. I didn't switch from southern accent to Spanish accent. I didn't start licking my own toe and then come up negative on a drug test. That of course did not happen.
Yeah. Oh my god, it'd be so fucking ridiculous to go in court and hear that. Oh my god. A cop at where I previously worked, we were talking to him, and apparently everything they write, every ticket and everything, like anytime they have any situation, they have to write paperwork, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently they do like readings, or I don't know what they call them, where they read all those. So the cops would try to add like jokes in and like actually quote people because they're not allowed to use foul language, but if they quote people, they can write everything they said, so they'll purposely put that in there, so the person reading it has to read the outrageous statements that people make to them. So if you did that in court, they would have to like read back the outrageous things you supposedly said.
Did you ever see that YouTube video with the chicken guy?
What chicken?
What?
This just reminds me of
You're
this.
crazy, man. What are
No, that guy is crazy.
Bring it up
sure
on
you're
the
not?
video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you not get my text? We absolutely have to do a live stream when we watch Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
That would
That is
be
actually a good idea.
amazing.
You can't actually stream Rick and Morty, though. I feel like they'll get you for that.
You don't. Rick and Morty's like such a nerd culture. So many people will stream it.
But yeah, we should live stream that. I think we could get viewers. But,
We couldn't.
let me bring that up.
I don't know if we could show Rick and Morty on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do that, but we should talk
We shouldn't
about it.
actually stream it, but we'll stream and talk about what we're watching.
Alright, you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Alright.
Because that's something else I wanted to do, like a Mystery Science Theater. Oh, and one of my friends, a girl I was talking to, she told me about this movie. You know Anna Lucia?
Anna Lucia, what?
From Lost?
No. Yeah.
Anna Lucia, so that's Michelle Rodriguez.
Yes.
She has a movie where she's a hitman. Now, when this girl's
I
talking,
really
she
hate that
said,
actress.
yes, we all do. When she said the word hitman, I go, you mean hit woman? And she stopped and go, no, hitman. And I had to pause because I didn't understand what she was meaning. And it literally is a storyline of her being a hit man, being male. And she gets some evil person does a sadistic plot of giving her a sex change. Or him a sex change. That's the plot of the movie. And I was like, we totally have to stream this and do a Mystery Science Theater on this.
Alright. Somebody needed a paycheck.
Yeah, right? I was like, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I think it's called, what is it called? We totally need to do that, though. That would be a perfect Mystery Science Theater style movie.
Yeah. Something else no one's commenting on. Alright, here it is. So this is an actual deposition where lawyers were interviewing some guy, getting a deposition from him. I forget what, maybe he was suing them.
If you play this, I think I might know it. Go ahead and play it, because I think I have seen this now that you say that. So if you guys want to look this up, look up verbatim, follow the chicken on YouTube.
Yeah.
The words verbatim and follow the chicken, because it's they reenacted it, but all the dialogue is verbatim from the...
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's suing a lumber company for destroying his property, including a chicken pasture, and requested $300,000 in chickens.
In Mississippi. Every word is presented verbatim. I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Yeah, it's playing really low. I think I had to turn my... Go ahead and play it. I think I just had to turn my volume up. No, that's not it. Here, stop it. I'll play it on my laptop, and then it'll play through the speakers anyways, so other people would hear it.
Oh, wait, what are we doing? You're going to have to edit the shit out of this.
No, I'm just going to... Oh, I've started re-listening to everything. I think that helps with editing a lot.
Okay.
So I re-listened to everything, so it doesn't matter.
Alright.
Verbatim,
so,
chicken. I'll just type verbatim chicken. That probably will get it. Yep.
Yeah, go to...
I'm just playing it so
34 seconds.
34? Oh, yeah. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
Tell me about your poultry business.
You hear it?
You've been in the poultry business.
Yep.
30 years. What kind of items you raise?
I raise red-winged piles and black straight-comb Kiva chickens that come out of Ireland. I have 2 breeds of chicken. They have been listed with the National Poultry Program as complete breeds of chickens, but the world recognizes
You can stop it on your thing.
Sterling blacks and Sterling piles.
Unless you want to watch it.
P-I-L-E? Yes, sir. Pile means white.
Do you have a separate business that you've incorporated where you conduct this business, or is this something you do just in your own name?
Sir, I had a vision back when I was a child that nobody else in this world could recognize but myself. I know where Osama bin Laden is.
And there's where you know the crazy starts.
What?
I know the cure for SARS today. I know many, many things in this world that other people don't recognize, don't understand, and don't know.
Holy shit.
Simply
This guy goes
because
full crazy.
I follow the chicken. That sounds unrealistic to me. You think it's childish. But the national bird is the eagle. The international bird is the chicken. Chicken will carry you down the darkest alleys of the world safely.
Yep.
The eagle will take you down that road by yourself to get you killed. Chicken will take you down there and sleep you.
This guy's so goddamn crazy.
It'll sleep you in
He's so evil.
hotels of kings and in the palaces of kings and queens. I live with the mayor of Djibouti. I live with the
Djibouti!
the advisor of the Philippines.
That's the second time it's come up on this podcast. How's that happen?
That's a real place.
How has Djibouti came up twice in this podcast?
Wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? I've been around the world 6 times on the back of a chicken.
Hang on, Mr. Pittman.
On the back of a chicken.
Court report over some of this.
I didn't get none of that.
Did you get the part about Osama bin Laden? I got that.
Jesus.
We laugh, but this guy's clearly
Clearly
schizophrenic.
fucking crazy.
Like, completely out of his mind.
Yeah, he's definitely not all there.
Let me ask you this.
This is
If you were on a jury, you could stop. I think we get the idea.
yeah, this is definitely what I had to deal with schizophrenics is weird shit like that every now and then.
If you were on a jury, would you at least be a little tempted to just award him the money just for the shits and giggles? Just like for the hell of it. Be like, I thought he had a good case. I thought he had a good case.
I mean, he followed the chickens. Who am I to argue with the chickens?
Chicken Man knows his stuff, man.
You can't argue with the chickens.
Super.
Wait, what is that noise? You realize that's going to show up? Are you trying to make my editing even more difficult, you son of a bitch?
Yes. Sorry.
He's getting
Also-
dried fruit from a plastic bag, which makes a ton of noise.
When I re-listen to the whole episode, I get to pick out ridiculous stuff we say, which this episode's going to have some goodies for a good soundboard. Oh, but
Yeah, well. Yeah, you need to start I wanted to have, like, every episode we'll get a page, and then we can have a soundboard for each episode, and each person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to have a system where you
definitely
kind of have...
Hold on, I'm bringing up
You
the
said
new
what?
ones.
Mm-hmm. Like, I always have very same voice. I knew it.
Yeah, but you have things that sometimes we're not clear we follow your logic at
Yeah.
all.
It's kind of
Like, what? What the
Hey.
heck are you talking about?
Chloe is now the
Nice.
intro because of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this podcast called?
nice.
That was too fucking funny. You've done like 20-some episodes and still didn't know.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Nick?
Well, I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, what am I listening to?
Did you hear that? This is your...
don't do that one out of context.
It's the Jews.
Has that one aired?
Slavery.
I don't know.
Yay, slavery.
Yay, slavery, and it's the Jews.
Yay, slavery.
I got you.
Oh, Jesus.
Sir, the fact that
So,
you're a white
record
man,
that's
I don't
me,
think it's gonna let
which
you well with
podcast
you.
it was, and
Oh,
I
dude,
think
that's a
all
lot
the
of
information
effort.
we need.
Woo!
Just, no, the number, the name, and then that's it. And then I can identify, like, if you click me as a host, you'll be able to see all what I've said. Or if you click the episode,
Yeah.
you'll be able to see all the
Dude, that'd
sound
be
clips.
epic to have that.
Yeah, I can do it pretty easily as long as you label
I have to-
them correctly.
How do you want me to label the actual file?
Like, just put the number of the episode,
So,
like
62
dash Nick.
and dash what
Dot.
you're saying?
Because
Because that's important for a soundboard to have.
Oh,
like,
you
the
want to
text.
actually know what they're saying?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'll have dash Nick dash then the words.
How about we work this out when we're sober and not doing a podcast?
That's probably a good idea. But that's too funny. I had to play It's the Jews. Yay, slavery.
I actually said, like, maybe you should remove that from the podcast. People might take me seriously.
Yeah, you did. And I made it a soundboard.
What the fuck, man?
Like I said, we've gone to the point of ridiculousness where if you take anything we say seriously on here, besides the parts where we're actually serious...
I need to go full crazy like that guy. Just start talking about the chicken. Like, they'll be like, it doesn't matter what he says, he's insane. I need to get to the level where they think I have Tourette's. Of course he said that. He has Tourette's.
You know, if you could actually find Osama bin Laden's body, I wonder how much that would be worth. And
Follow
would
the
you fuck it?
Supposedly it's in the ocean, right?
Yeah,
It should
exactly.
be
That's what I mean. If you could find it.
findable in theory. They found the Titanic, right? Why can't you find bin Laden's body?
No, you can't. It's all become fish poops now.
Yeah, the bones probably don't
The
go
bones
away.
would... Well, after a while,
Depends.
but I think it's...
I'd like to get one of his ribs and make it a back scratcher. You know what I mean?
an old
How
Bin
can you
Laden
identify
back
that
scratcher.
sauce with Bin Laden's bones. That's a shit ton of bones.
Prove it's him?
Yeah.
Well, you got it from this place around where they dropped him off.
The ocean flows.
How many times
Yeah,
can
I know, but they weighted it down so you would go down, right? So
no.
it's not moving that much.
Yeah, they had to
No,
weigh
if
the
you
body
drop-
down.
If you drop the dead bodies in the ocean, right?
Then either you weigh it down or it's washing up ashore.
Well,
So
it's
they
in the
weigh
middle
it
of the
down.
ocean. I don't think you have to worry about things washing up ashore.
I don't think it would.
No, it
wash
would
up.
eventually. If you
No,
do not, it's
no.
just going to float on the top of the water.
Yeah, you have
No,
to weigh it
if
down. I agree.
If the
Yeah.
body decomposes before it wash to the shore, it will actually go sink it down into the bed of the ocean.
You know what? I'm going to be the one that dies.
I just
on
want
this
a Bin
grenade.
Laden back scratcher rib, okay? That's all I want. I don't even need to let people know it's Bin Laden. I just want his rib.
Hold on. I'm the one that's diving on this grenade, guys, because I'm already on the FBI watch list, so I had to Google how to sink a dead body into water.
Jesus Christ.
It sinks as soon as the air in its lungs is replaced with water. So if you did just throw a dead body in there, it would sink
I
eventually.
see.
Oh no, this
Okay,
is
well,
why.
that's-
No, this is why bodies are always face down in water, because it fills up their
Okay.
lungs, and the lungs get heavy, so they flip. You know what? It's such a ridiculous question. Nobody has the answer. All right, okay.
Now add, but only if it's Bin Laden, because I'm not, like, trying to murder anybody.
Only Bin Laden. I actually searched that as if that would help. Burial at sea. Oh, hey, there's actually a whole Wikipedia for it. That's the proper way to ask. How did adding Bin Laden actually help? That's fucking retarded. Oh my
Google is pretty good, I gotta admit.
It's because he was actually buried at sea, so burial
Yeah.
at sea came up. Man, there are fucking... Or they're listening. Dun, dun, dun.
The guys at Google were like, yeah, you know what, let's just let that come up right away.
Let's help them out. Normally is regularly performed by natives. Burial at sea is different locations. Ceremony will include a casket. Okay, if you have a casket, that's pretty obvious. Urn, pretty obvious how you'll sink. It doesn't really give instructions. Imagine that.
Who knew they wouldn't give instructions?
But because you have to have like a proper like weight, so how would you know how much weight to use? Like, because you can't fuck it up. It's not like you can like.
It's not weight, it's density. It has to be more dense than water. The end.
Ian.
Anything more dense
But
than
total.
water sinks.
But total, right?
Yeah.
Like one concrete
Yeah.
block won't do it, but maybe 5 does.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably isn't that hard to compute.
What are you guys trying to do?
Make a body sink, I guess. I don't know.
A cadaver.
It's not that hard of a problem.
Oh,
I don't think that's hard of a problem.
put it in the bag and bound it with rocks and just sink it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just a casket, you savages.
Just pour concrete down the throat, and then eventually...
Damn.
No, concrete's hard.
No, it gets hard. You just gotta wait.
Yeah.
No, it was stuck in the middle. I think people figured out a long time ago. It's called pouring mercury.
Hey, did you see the... There's some article all about the Romans and why their concrete lasted for... It's like still up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's something like...
What was the secret?
They used like ash and some kind of limestone where instead of
Stone.
getting weathered by storms and rain and all that, it actually makes it stronger.
Gee, that's what you're doing, Nick.
I don't know.
And I was like, I feel like if we have this technology and we have concrete, why aren't we using that technology to build our concrete structures?
I assume there's some reason. I'm not an engineer.
You don't think the... Well, okay, I get for maybe like skyscrapers and stuff, they probably use long-lasting materials. But like when people
Okay,
build driveways out of
I know the
concrete-
answer, Zach.
What?
It's the Jews. They own big concrete. They're behind all the concrete companies. They're sitting there trying to prevent you from knowing this new concrete method.
You don't seriously think that's...
Again,
part of
I'm
it?
not serious. Let's remove this from the podcast.
No, but don't you seriously think that part of the reason we use not as good concrete as we probably could is so concrete companies can continue making concrete and helping...
Why wouldn't they just make the new type of concrete?
Because if it lasts forever, why would that help? Why would that help a concrete company if they did your driveway and it was fine?
It still lasts a really fucking long time.
No, see, that's
There's
the
no
thing.
reason.
Oh my god, that's the thing. My coworker said he does he does his road or whatever. What did he say?
Yeah.
He has to like retar it every year to keep it looking nice and prevent cracks.
Maybe he's just dumb.
No, because
He
that's
doesn't do it right.
look at a sidewalk. Like I just said, they're redoing the sidewalk on East Campus Boulevard. I guarantee you that's probably like an every 3 to
But
5
there's
year
like
thing.
cheap ways to do it. There's good ways to do it.
No,
Like-
I think it's the salts that you put on
Yeah.
the road that the work are done.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
obviously, there are concrete buildings, skyscrapers, that you never really go back and redo, right? You just have to put the right amount of rebar in it.
Ask Osama bin Laden what he thinks about buildings.
You had to redo those too, that's true.
I mean, they put paint on top of
Oh,
it.
Jesus. It's still not as bad as our genocide episode. What's
They
that?
put paint on it. And then most of skyscrapers actually covered by glasses.
That's right, listeners. We have
What's that
an
lot more
episode
stable?
so bad we didn't air it.
Never mind.
It's going to be a secret
Chloe,
episode.
I think Chloe has a solution.
What is it?
Go ahead. What did you want?
No, I said like most of the skyscrapers either covered in paint or some sort of material or even glasses. Which
They also have like
prevent the
rebar
water.
and all that crap too. But I guess
Yeah, they have a
sidewalks
lot of
have
reasons.
Yeah.
But yes, to Zach's point, we have an episode worse than this that we decided not to air.
It was that bad. But so light bulbs. There's like
Uh-huh.
there's been light bulbs made that have lasted 80 years.
Yeah.
And the light bulb company said,
Yeah.
"Well, we can't do that."
No, that's not why
Right?
they did it. It wasn't that. It was that they were ridiculously inefficient.
What do you
So
mean?
yeah, they last a long time, but they burn a lot of energy too.
But what's the difference in cost? Like how much energy?
As in like a lot. Like burned over 100 years and at inefficient rates, it adds up a lot.
I don't buy it. Like you don't think we have the technology to make a light bulb that can last 10 plus years?
We do. I mean, I don't remember the last time I changed a fucking light bulb.
Yeah,
They usually
I
last
changed it.
like 5 years, isn't it? It's like a 3 to 5 year thing.
Depends on how often you turn it on. But
How many
if you
people
take
does it take to talk about light bulbs here?
But you take the energy that our new ones consume, compare it to the ones the old ones did. The new ones consume very, very little, and what really matters is the cost of energy.
Yeah, but
Like
you don't think they
the
can
light
balance
bulb
that?
the light bulb over its lifetime will consume like 20 times its cost. For the old ones, it would probably been like 2,000 times its cost. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to ultimately make them burn out faster, but it doesn't matter because they're using a lot less energy. It's not some conspiracy.
It's all
there are conspiracies, all right.
It's a flat Earth
they're
thing.
trying to keep weed illegal because it will definitely cut into alcohol profits, all right. There are lots of things like
Yeah,
that.
that's
I'm not sure
that's
if
most
light
def-
bulbs
You
are
don't
one
think
of
a
them.
light bulb? There's no light bulb conspiracy.
I have not looked in depth into the possibility of a light bulb conspiracy.
Well,
I have other things to do with my time than look at the internet and be like, oh my god, it is the Jews.
guess what, Nick? I'm here to shed light on it.
Oh, that is a terrible pun.
Let me see. Yeah, there's too much. There's like a whole article about this. So apparently,
But dude,
there's people that are like all about this.
But dude, what about the chemtrails?
Jamie, look it up. we need our Jamie.
That would be really useful to have. If only we were actually successful.
We also have to be all in the same room, which I do think our podcasts are really good. I think we've gotten used to it online, but in the
Yeah, I
same
think
room is
we're
always
doing
good.
pretty well
Yeah.
with like over.
It just
over
took a
there.
little while to get in that groove.
Mm.
Man, there literally are like entire articles about light bulbs and their energy efficiency and all that. Like, Damn.
It's freaking articles about anything anymore.
Like, these are really in-depth articles of testing 100 light bulbs to see how long they lasted and how much energy they used and shit. I didn't think there was that much light bulb.
Well, in aggregate, it probably does actually make a sense to actually spend that much, effort into it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, think about it. Like, for instance, something like the Pentagon. Think how many light bulbs they have to just deal with. They probably do. Like, let's get the best light bulb efficiency. Do you think they actually go that deep, or do they just fucking buy light bulbs?
Yeah.
They're just like, well,
I think Chloe's bailing.
I'm bailing.
Light bulbs is too much for her?
Yeah, she was really offended by light bulb.
I'm so mad about light bulbs.
She didn't think it was a bright idea to talk about it.
Light bulbs.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I think that's about time to call it. You light
wanna,
bulb.
You want to end a light bulb conspiracy?
Not really, but we went from stuff that was funny to stuff that was light bulb. What about light bulb?
I don't know. I snuck in a couple good puns there. That's all that I care about. All right.
What do you want to end on? If you give a good closer.
Well, it's a lot of pressure to deal with here. I think Osama bin Laden actually had the solution to the best light bulb efficiency, and that's why he was actually murdered.
And you know what? It was that it was made out of Roman concrete. That was the solution.
Adios, amigos.
And that's where we end it.